Check this out.
Prepare. And again, as I was saying, we saw tremendous government overreach with COVID. For example, Canada and the Freedom Convoy, the truckers who were protesting the vaccine, they were taken off the financial system with an emergency law by Trudeau. So much easier to do when you have a programmable digital currency. And again, we don't know how governments are going to use this exactly, but, I describe the scenario where this idea of the digital ID is merged with your central bank digital currency, and you bring in the climate change narrative.
That's right.
The ESG angle, and it'll be, oh, Michelle, you've taken 15 flights this year, you've exceeded your carbon footprint for the month, your currency doesn't work to transact to buy another plane ticket, or it does, but with a premium because it's monitoring my carbon footprint.
Or because EB showed you how the carbon offset market works, through carbon neutral, and you're able to. That's another possibility. Yeah, but this is coming. If you go to the airport, you see they have a real ID now. You see all the steps being taken. You won't be able to do anything without doing this. It's definitely coming.
So you think that this is going to be introduced through a cyber security crisis?
End of the decade.
End of the decade.
Yep.
Elaborate on that. What's the scenario?
I feel like we're in a scenario now where every crisis is an opportunity to usher in a new level of regulation and oversight that previously didn't exist before, which has been happening since 2000, really. If you look, each time something happens, and it never goes away. Like the TSA is 80,000 strong or something, and it never, everything is justified and Dodd-Frank, and you can't get a mortgage without paying all these people to do things, and each time you layer something on, it never goes back. And so this will be the next layer that justifies.
But explain. You say by the end of the decade that a cybersecurity. Okay, we won't hold you to that timeline. But how does a cybersecurity lay the groundwork?
Okay, all right. I'll tell you. One of the things I like to do is not carry a phone with me, and the reason I like to do it is I look around, and every single person, they can't go 30 seconds without looking at their phone. And I encourage people to try to see if you can leave your phone away for an hour, and people begin to have a panic attack. And so if you look, people are very addicted to looking at the phone all the time. Even 20, 30 seconds goes by, maybe you missed a text from Amazon or something, and you got to look at your phone. And so everyone has become, this is a part of their life. They can't do anything. They can't drive without it. They can't bank without it. They can't use their Fed coin eventually without it. Okay, can't do anything. And so if this went down, if there was a loss of connectivity with the phone, I think the society would go into a collective panic, very similar to what happened with COVID, or very similar to the collective. If you notice, we're all linked together with this hive mind because everyone is staring at social media all the time, and they're very affected by this, and they're not in touch with actual tangible reality. And so it's very easy to push them as a herd. And so if that entire thing went down, you would see mass panic, and then people would do essentially whatever they're told to get the technology turned back on. And so it would be logical that if that were to happen, that you would say there was some nefarious group or something. The way you would bring this through would be to usher in the FedCoin download as a safe way to access your money. I know this is a wild theory, but it is sometimes good to think about possibilities and then to not be hung up on them, but just make a note, and you can have me back someday. And if I got it wrong,
I hope you're wrong.
If I got it wrong,
hope you're wrong. But
I'm willing to admit, but I think it's logical.
So you're saying there'll be a cybersecurity crisis. Everybody gets taken off the grid, if you will, blackout. In terms of a blackout.
And what sites are safe? Is .com safe? .gov is safe? Maybe it's .safe is safe, and then you usher in this panic that people say to themselves, is my bank, is my home safe, is my mortgage, my security system? I mean, everything is on this phone now, and I can't access it. I'm lost.
And then the government does what?
They provide safety for you. So they provide a portal for you to then feel safe again. And all you have to do is give up a few freedoms, of course, which they'll say is worth it, considering the circumstances.
So you're saying that they would not wipe out your current digital assets, but they would say we're transferring them.
They're in danger. Yeah.
But into a CBDC format. So say I've got $250,000 in the bank, and I'm using that intentionally because it's
probably
under
fine.
FDIC.
Yeah.
But they would say, for your own safety, we're going to make this into a CBDC.
That
Now,
you can
after this mass blackout and everybody's panicked,
Yeah.
and I'd rather have it in CBDC form than not have it at all.